Glacier Park Remembered. It's a story of early national park adventure, a story of history, and a glimpse at a culture that was there first, all uncovered in rare film that the producers are restoring frame by frame to today's standards.
They used sign language when they would talk about the mountains, and they said Mistakis, and what that means is something pushing up from the earth. Very ancient knowledge that can be compared with today's scientific knowledge of how mountains were formed by movements of the earth. So they are part of the soul of this land.
The producers used 100-year-old travel brochures that tempted the East Coast elite to make Glacier a summer-long outing, including instructions recommending that women hike in modest clothes and remember to change underwear every 2 weeks. But in the event that you didn't take adequate precautions, a nurse would stay with you for $7. The restored home movies of those early adventurers show America discovering the mountains of the West, the mysterious and breathtaking crown of the continent. The railroad developed the park, and the railroad brought the people to the park, as well as brought Native Americans in full regalia to greet the Easterners. The producers are using 80-year-old railroad archives to painstakingly retell the story of trips when people rode the rails to Glacier, ferried across the lakes to mountain chalets, picked up horses to ride across the park, and motored to the rail station on the other side.
Probably 10,000 of those people a year came in by train, and we had over 1,000 head of horses that would carry those people through the backcountry. Now, were they horseback riders? 2 days, 24 miles on a horse, I can't imagine that would be good on your bottom. So it had to be quite an experience for them. Mary Roberts Reinhardt, I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but they actually contracted, the railroad brought her in to write stories of her mountain adventures and riding the horses through the park to attract these wealthy Americans. Yep.
Glacier Park and the Great Northern were almost one and the same. And today it's still a chance to relive that past, which is also part of the nostalgia of the film. Glacier Park Remembered also captures the last characters who actually did blaze the trails for us to now spend our summer vacations.
I watched some old timers. During World War II, a lot of us kids around here lied about our age and went to work for the Park Service and the Forest Service. And they still had fellas who had compasses, and they had an instrument, I can't even remember the name of it now, that kept a track of the grade. And they just kind of eyeballed them in. And when they built those trails to the park, that's pretty much what they were doing. They were eyeballing, and they had to go out ahead and check on it. Then,
well, it was pretty austere. There was, all the rooms had only single beds in them. So Millie and I had to start buying double beds and outfit a room with a double and a single. Replace those single beds that the railroad workers had used. There wasn't too many females stopping by.
The scenery is unique in all of America, but so are the stories of the people. Whether they were the tourists who had to stop and eat some ice, walk on a real glacier, and get real close to a live bear. And it's the story of rangers who kept them all safe enough to return the next year.
William Logan was a superintendent at that time. He brought in a series of rangers. I love their names. Death on the Trails Reynolds, Frank Liebig, and Joe Cowsley, who some people feel was more of a poacher than anything else.
Glacier Park Remembered is not another travel log. Although the video is captured in state-of-the-art high definition, it is not just another history. Although there are stories never heard before, it is a story of people, our summer vacation counterparts of long ago, Glacier Park Remembered.